Okay, so then we have this thing on Shabbat of Yom Tov. We have a special reading called maftir. Maftir is a special aliyah that every Shabbat, the maftir is like really like the repetition of the last few verses of what we just read. And I'm not, and I guess it's just a way of getting another person a kavod, an honor. But on Yom Tov itself, we read something we can read from a different, usually from a different sefer, a different part of the Torah, specifically about that specific holiday. So now we're going to learn something that's very specific about Sukkot that we didn't learn from the previous seven aliyahs, and it's from a different part of the Torah. It's not from Vayikra. It's from Bamidbar, which is the book of Numbers. And here we're just going to read a few verses, and I'm just going to get right into it. This is like what we would call the maftir aliyah, and this is from verse 12, chapter 29. And on the 15th day of the 7th month, there shall be a holy convocation for you. You shall not perform any mundane work, and you shall celebrate a festival to the Lord for 7 days. Okay, this is a somewhat repetition of what it says Vayikra, but we're going to learn some specific things about what we're going to do on Sukkot itself. And you shall offer up a burnt offering, a fire offering for the spirit of the satisfaction of the Lord, 13 young bulls, 2 rams, 14 lambs in the first year. They shall be unblemished. This is what we're supposed to do on the first day. And their meal offering shall be fine mixed flour with oil, 3/10 for each bull, for the 13th bulls, 2/10 of each ram for the 2 rams. This is a lot of animals. And 1/10 for each lamb for the 14 lambs. And 1 young male goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, its meal offering, and its libations. And that's it. This is what we read. This is maftir. That's it. Zale. I mean, it's a few lines, but it's very specific and very learned that we're like giving over these a specific number of offerings, and this is tied to the nations of the world, if I'm not mistaken. But again, I would really highly consider asking, like, somebody knows a lot more about Sukkot, knows a lot more about what's going on with this special maftir reading, and like what we used to do. And there's a lot of things going on here, but I'm not going to get into it because I don't really know that much about this. But I do know that we're supposed to read this every Sukkot. There is a maftir when it falls on Shabbat, and even when it doesn't fall on Shabbat, we read this Torah reading. Okay, so that ends that. That's it for Sukkot. I think I'm more or less caught up, and have a great day.